for another video. My name is Josh Kasich, and today, well, this is my kind of Spider-Man Far From Home theories or the Spider-Man kind of sequels theories. Obviously this is going to have spoilers, so that's in the title. So I will give you people who, I don't know why you would click on a video that says spoilers, but if you did and don't want to listen to spoilers, I will give you 10 seconds. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1004. Sorry about that. 4000, 5, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1000. Alright, so I think that was enough time for you guys to leave. And if you didn't leave and you haven't seen the movie yet, that is your fault. I give you plenty of warning, title and video. But yeah, so start off, there are many theories here. Let's start off with the Dimitri character. So Dimitri character, he was kind of shady. I mean, he was shy. We don't really know about him. He kind of disappeared in the final half of the movie. We don't know where he went. But his there's character in the comic books, the Spider-Man villain, who's also been part of the Sinister Six, who also shares the name Dimitri, and his villain name is Chameleon. And his stitch is he could disguise himself as anyone. It's not it's not like a power. It's more, I don't know how it works, because I don't know much about the Chameleon character, but I know he makes masks of people. I think that's, and it kind of has this white helmet thing, and the mask just fits right over it. I don't know, to make himself look like anyone. So that's kind of what I know. He's also the half brother of Kraven the Hunter. Most of the reason why he's half is because basically Kraven the Hunter's father had an affair that produced Dimitri. So that's how they're halves. But yeah. So I think if they are going to introduce, I think the third film, this is my thinking, you would have Dimitri, turns out was basically a person kind of infiltrating the SHIELD part to figure out who Spider-Man is, so that he will give that intel to his half-brother, Kraven the Hunter, who's basically wants to hunt Spider-Man. And now that Spider-Man his identity is blown, he'll be going on the run, and that's what Hunter would want. He wants a run. So basically, his thing, he could be, of course, Kraven the Hunter. Now this could be interesting. This could be the route. That's another interesting theory. Kraven the Hunter could be working with the government. He could have been hired to go after him, after Spider-Man, for what he did. It's a possibility. I think it definitely would be intriguing. That would be cool. Definitely. But that's kind of my idea, is that they will be working together, and they will be the villains of the third film. So that would be a total of 5 villains. Mysterio and stuff. But of course, of course, you could, a lot of people, including my dad, do not like the fact that they kind of, not everyone knows his identity. Now, my other thing from that is that, yes, you have this huge hero, basically, who you have this hero, right? Or kind of a hero. Clinton Beck was playing as a hero, and he framed Spider-Man doing bad things. I mean, but here's the thing. Alright, he said that it was Peter Parker, but there's no exact evidence that he is Peter Parker. Though, with the government, who would care about evidence? So they would go after him anyway, most likely. second of all, however, since there's no actual evidence, Peter Parker or Spider-Man could come up with a way to say that he's not Spider-Man. That there is a definite possibility. Now, so that's what I'm saying. But if they don't go that route, but he's on the run, I feel like the third Spider-Man film will be called Spider-Man No Home, because he has no home. He has to live on the run. I think that would be interesting. I mean, you go from Homecoming to Far From Home. I think they want to keep that concept of home in the title. So that's my thinking of it, right? If they were going to go that route. Now, what's next here is that, do I think Quentin Beck is actually dead? I think if we actually go by Marvel and actually, not overthink it, yeah, I think he's dead. I don't think they're going to go the route that I'm going to say next. Now, if you are a person who likes to overthink things, this is kind of my theory. Okay, so, which I kind of go by, I go a little bit into the spoiler review of Spider-Man Far From Home. But my thing is that Mysterio is supposed to be the master of illusion, but there's ways to make an illusion to, because, okay, obviously you have tech, you can make illusions, which is Mysterio is known for, like, he makes illusions, special effects and stuff. Sorry about that, there was a lag problem. So, here's the thing. So, like I said, there's illusions, yes, that he's known for that. And then there's also magic, sleight of hand type things like that. Magic is a very big on illusions. But if you actually think about it, acting, to pretending to be something or not to fool people, is also, in a way, an illusion. So, and actors on movies and stuff, when a character they play as dies, they have to act dead. So who says that Mysterio can't act dead? I mean, he's a master illusion. Acting could be a tactical illusion. He could pretend to be dead and to make an illusion that he's dead without having tech or anything, just act. I mean, we don't see his body afterwards, after Peter leaves. No, we don't see the body get picked up, buried, anything like that of the sort. So who says he's actually dead? I mean, yeah, they really do a big job on seeing his dead body, but like I said, it's all acting. We don't see what happens afterwards, right? So yeah, he could still be alive. But, however, the route that I think they might take it, or they might not, they might just leave Mysterio gone, which I don't see them doing. I mean, they still want, I know they want to do the Sinister Six. I mean, they might not do the Sinister Six, but I feel like they are doing the Sinister Six. And I don't see why they wouldn't, but when a lot of fans want it, I mean, it makes sense. It hasn't been done before, and that's what Marvel is good at. So, doing something that's usually not been done before, or usually is unthinkable back in the day. So I definitely see the route they might take is pass down the mantle of Mysterio, just like in the books. Now, I don't think you necessarily need a movie for that. I mean, you already introduced Mysterio, what I think is basically one of the characters that Mysterio is working with. Now, this is credit to my dad, because he actually came up with this idea. Though, however, someone might have already created it before I upload this video, so you already might know about it. That, I don't know. I'm telling you based on my knowledge, and from what I got this from my dad. He says that his theory is that one of the people that Mysterio works for was working with, I mean, not work for, but one person that was working with Mysterio would take the mantle of Mysterio, and he will be the new Mysterio. My dad specifically thinks the bus driver, and the one that was driving the guys in London and the bridge and stuff, the guy who was working with Mysterio, believe that he might be the one that would take the mantle. I don't know. I don't know if he has actually any comic book things, but it's definitely a possibility. I mean, in the comic books, the Mysterio mantle was passed down. Okay, so it's definitely a possibility. So you have Mysterio, right? So now there's so many iterations of the Sinister Six. Technically, you could already have the six. I mean, after the third film. However, if they don't go that route, they don't actually be... Okay, so you have the Vulture. You have the Scorpion, although he still needs to get his suit. Which, I don't think it would be that hard. I mean, I don't know if you really need a movie for that. Like a full movie, him actually doing something. You could just give him the... Sorry, a lighting problem. You could just give him the suit, or someone gives them the suit in the beginning of the Sinister Six Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Sinister Six. It's definitely a possibility. I'm not sure if they will, but it's definitely a possibility. Because I don't know if you need a movie for that. Now, of course, they could, if they want to string these movies along and have more than 4, then of course you could have a movie just based on Scorpion, and then you had a movie kind of introducing every single character. But, of course, you don't really have to. I definitely don't think you need a movie introducing a new Mysterio. I think you could give someone the new mantle of Mysterio in the Sinister Six, the Spider-Man Sinister Six. Okay, I think that's obvious. I think that's easy to do. It's like, I mean, obviously these movies there's definitely going to be time between these movies. I don't think you need to have that. You could just say, I think that it's a small plot point. It's like if you were interested in introducing a new character, getting into. See, you could have a movie for Scorpion, like basically he becomes the villain to get revenge, and then he loses, and then you have these 6 people losing, and then you have this head guy, the 6th person, get them all together. Because if they go this route, if they go the normal route that they don't have all 6 yet, which they technically do, I think, have enough for. Well, right now they don't have the 6, but after, if they introduce Dimitri as this thing, could be like they introduce Crave the Hunter, then they would technically have enough for 6. But if they say they don't, at that point they don't have this 6th member that they want, you could have Osborn or someone or Doc Ock or something who leads the team, basically who has a lot of money, bring these all guys in to get revenge and brings them together to create the 6. They could go that way. That's my theory. It's either Osborn or him that would do that. Now, in my honest opinion, I don't want Doc Ock. Okay, unless they get back the Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. I just can't see anyone else playing him. He was brilliant. He played the character well. I just don't see anyone else playing Doc Ock. I can't. I don't. I mean, they got J.K. Simmons back. Why couldn't they get him? I mean, Spider-Man 2 is still people still believe it's like the best Spider-Man movie ever, and one of the best superhero movies of all time. So, bring him back. I know he's kind of old now, and I haven't really seen him in a lot of things lately, but I think the last thing I've seen him was in not Black Panther, Pink Panther. So, yeah, so I've seen him in Pink Panther, right? But yeah. So, yeah, like I said, bring him back. If they are going to do Doc Ock, you just have to bring him back. I just don't see anyone else. But, Right. So, like I said, you could have a third movie or a movie just doing a Scorpion suit. But honestly, I don't know if you need that. I mean, I think it's possible that you have the Sinister Six and Dr. Ock gives him the Scorpion suit. However, maybe people might find that forced, so maybe you could have a movie on the Scorpion. And I don't have a problem with that. More Spider-Man movies, the better. It's just a matter of time. Can they make it? Because we don't know how long Sony will let that keep being the MCU. I don't think they should get rid of it because it's giving them a lot of money, a lot more money than they ever did making Spider-Man. So I definitely don't see them doing it. But of course they could be greedy and say, well, I don't want them making Spider-Man. We want to make them. Whatever. That's really, I don't think they should, because more money, I wouldn't know why they would say no to more money, but knowing Sony, who knows. Yeah. So I think the third film, because I think you can't have the Sinister Six because it would be too forced. I think it'll be Dimitri and Kraven the Hunter, my opinion. The fourth one could set up the Sinister Six. Sorry about that. The fourth one can have all the Sinister Six, but if they just want to string it along a little bit more, have a Sinister Six movie, maybe, okay? Or so that I'm not Sinister Six, Scorpion. This movie about Scorpion being released and he gets out and then he gets the suit and all that. All right, have that. Then have the setup. Then have the Sinister Six. That's my kind of idea of it. But that's my, like I said, that's kind of what I thinking right here. Is that's how it's going to be set up. So now technically, if they do introduce Dimitri and Kraven the Hunter, you have Dimitri, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio, Scorpion, Vulture. Like I said, that one spot open, but also, you know, remember the Shocker from the first movie working with Vulture? He has also been on the Sinister Six. So technically, you could have 6 there. And then whoever be the lead person wants to put them all together. Though I don't think they're going to go that route. It's definitely a possibility. Then you also have the Thinker, but he doesn't do any battles. To me, he's not going to do any battles. I don't think he's a battling type, so I doubt that much. I mean, he could help with the computer stuff, definitely, for the Sinister Six, but I don't think he would actually a Sinister Six. So, but those are, and then one more theory that I've talked about was, basically near the end, you know, basically throughout the movie, it was actually Talos and his wife who were actually being Nick Fury and Hill the entire time. And so, and they talked about how, now, I did not come up with this. Someone actually came up with this idea, but it's actually pretty interesting. They might do an opposite Secret Invasion, but instead of Skrulls replacing people, it's just Kree hiding, pink Kree sleeper agents, which Talos and his wife talked about in the movie, are basically roaming around Earth. So it's basically, and they probably gain power and stuff and like that. And that's kind of what Secret Invasion will be. It's a twist. Secret Invasion. That's my last theory. Well, it's not really my theory, but it's the last theory I'm going to talk about in this video. There isn't really much. I don't think there's. I think I discussed a lot, and yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified from my next upload. My YouTube channel website link is down in the description as always. And thank you. Goodbye.